Russell, Scott type, half forward line. Quickly Ike passes it back to Russell in the 1-2. Clear. Kim Russell leads in the race. Forward pocket. Salisbury won't get there. Hooks around looking for Kitschke. They leap. Crumbs can't get it out. Downs in there. Christie over the top is Duthie, and the umpire will come in and ball it up 20 metres out in front of the Sturt goal. Umpire David Elliott and Rick Kinnear have the unenviable task of controlling players in this final term. They'll all be desperate. Chips the ball in front of him to gain a little bit of space. Finally the ball rebounds up to him. He goes short, looking for McWilliam. Kim Russell stole the crumbs. Painter's short, that's where he heads. Painter's got it. 50 metres out, directly in front. Into space, the running player is Popplestone. And Popplestone is now 40 metres out, and the angle is more acute. Oh, Popplestone has the short kick on the lead. Whittlesey in the pocket, he's got it. The Double Blues lead by 2 goals. Whittlesey.
Quite find him. The handball out towards Ginnivan. In turn to Abernathy. Concedes ground to Phillips, but keeps possession as he drops it out to Martin Leslie. He's pressured by Claby. In fact, they may lose possession, but it's picked up by Phillips. He's lifted his game. The high kick. Darren Smith sets himself. Scanlon from behind, off the pack by Kirk. Couldn't get away. Hellier back to Kelly. In turn to McIntosh. Weaves his way out of trouble like the true champion he is, in a sweeping handball out towards Dantocchio.
Dantocchio's kick is a shocking one. Very close to the boundary line. It's kept in play though. Darryl Hicks and Jerry Harrison.
Sturt by 7 points, having led at 18 points at quarter-1, 10 points at half-time, and now by 7, it's Glenelg's chance with the breeze. The diving mark to Ross Gibbs, a dangerous player in the 3rd quarter, kicked 2 goals ahead of centre after quarter-time, and he'll most likely have a go for the torpedo here. Loves to kick the torpedo. A long, high kick, just offline, but an enormous kick from Ross Gibbs. That takes Glenelg to 9-12, 66, trailing Sturt, 10-12, 72.
David Walk takes the kick in. McWilliam the spoil. Scott Russell left it behind. Big Reynolds helps him out. Gibbs is caught. The bounce is at half forward left for Glenelg. Glenelg, the use of what breeze there is in this the final term. Perfect conditions prevailing all day. Here he forces it out. Maynard over the shoulder. Unable to trap it with Schneebickler. Sturt work it clear. Popplestone gets the hand pass across for Painter. In turn, McWilliam from the centre circle. Long, direct, looking for Kitschke. Good spoil came from Christie. Scott Russell. Well grabbed by Grenville. Got it back loose. Heinrich has a shot for goal. It looks online. It's home. Peter Heinrich gets goal number 1. Number 11 for the Blues. And they're 12 points clear with a minute and a half played.
Off the half-back line with rebound. David Painter taunting the opposition across to Paul McWilliam. Eventually the chance came to Kim Russell, and he was able to get the hand pass back to Peter Heinrich, who, without a lot of pressure, kicked accurately. The Sturt box gestures to its teammates. The runner's out. There's a bit of enthusiasm. Reynolds opposed to Carey. The height. Painter's now in the centre square. A chance for McDermott. Goes wide. Wellesby leads Winton. Chance for Schneebickler. Opposed to Reed. Played for the free. Darryl Smith. Greg Whittlesey. Across to the runner against Scott Russell. Popplestone. Back to Russell as good play for the juniors. Now it's Kim Russell's chance. Has the pace in front of Salisbury. Across the body to centre the ball. At the back of the pack. Kitschke. Heinrich can't take possession. Glenelg trapped the ball just in front of the goal square. And the pressure's on. Glenelg desperate in defence.
3-minute mark. Christie trying to work it to the line. Chipping it forward. Trying to work up high. Does it well. Infield he goes looking for McWilliam. William with Stringer offhand. Kim Russell goes across, and he's found John Painter at centre half forward. Quickly dropping back is Robbie Popplestone, and now he's got the ball on a 45-degree angle. Popplestone into the lead of Whittlesea. Well dispatched, well taken. And the captain, the creator, dropping into the space.
This is what Sturt couldn't do in the third quarter. Couldn't maintain controlled possession, and this is their big chance.
An acute angle. Distance not a problem. Nor the accuracy. Greg Whittlesea gets his first. And Kane scents the victory as the Blues go 18 points clear.
Well, what a start to the final quarter. Good ball control there. Kim Russell, the player who put the ball to Painter. Painter to Popplestone, to Whittlesea. And the All-Australian back pocket player, playing as a follower, kicked accurately. By 18 points, Reynolds opposed to Carey. Indecision. Painter the quick kick. Chance for Heinrich. Forces his way clear. Well, it's a tired Peter Carey. He's been opposed to Lynott and Reynolds. He's done most of the ruck work himself, but this time the bulk across beautifully to Simons. McWilliam the pressure. Wellesby across. West could not take possession. Chance for Gibbs. Rather it was Butterick. Chigwidden the chance. It goes through. Jeff Winton, the player who did not know whether to take or to shepherd, and Nick Chigwidden kicks his first. And Glenelg now go from 10 to 10 goal 12, 72, trailing Sturt 12-12, 84.
Clever football by Jeff Winton. There was a bit of indecision, but he knew the line was there, and that was well left for the goal from Chigwidden, and a steadying one for Glenelg. Carey wanting to lift, Reynolds trying to force it forward. Glenelg get the numbers, Whittlesea over the top, and a big climax building. Glenelg have struggled all day. Sturt have played the better football. Reynolds front spot, Carey looking for the tap out the back. Heinrich was bundled out, so too was Painter, and caught was Scott Russell. So it's going to develop into a close encounter, as it was in the third term. The Sturt leading by 10 points at half-time, and the Breeze in the third term, they had their lead cut to 7 at three-quarter. Mark Hewitt bending it back to half-forward, but in the way, as he has been all day, is Andrew Underwood.
Has options to go across to Paul McWilliam, decides to go direct. Looking for Reynolds at the back, can't take the grab. Chance for Sturt here. McDermott mops up, finds Hewitt with the left foot, looking for Steve Bickler. That's been a grand clash. Reed. Ross Gibbs gets clear. The sidestep, high towards the full forward spot. At the back, it's Sturt covering up. Oh, a chance for Richter to get clear. Went to ground. Brilliant play there from Underwood. Over the back. John Painter forcing himself to run. Seems to be carrying an injury. To Shackey, and Big Lawrence has lumbered to that key position to take the mark.
An excellent take by Shackey, upfield. Whittlesea's everywhere in this final term. Left forward pocket he goes, and taking the ball, Kim Russell looking to go long and high, floats it in. Cool, great take by Andrew Downs. Downs out in front of Chris Duthie, who really lacks match practice at the moment. And Andrew Downs a chance to build on the one goal he has at the moment. Little angle to speak of. Should make the distance. And a 12-point lead currently to the Blues. Goes to 18 as Andrew Downs gets goal number 2. Number 13 for the Blues at the 7.5-minute mark.
The creative Sturt players have maintained possession early in this final quarter. And again, it was Greg Whittlesea with the experience and the calmness to lift the eyes and sight a teammate. Andrew Downs kicking accurately. Chance for the double blues to create what wasn't anticipated by the experts. A chance now for Peter Heinrich, kicking forward quickly to Kitski. One hand over the back, almost a chance for Kim Russell. A quick snap to Russell, it's clear, it's a goal. And Kim Russell kicks his first goal, sent to the forward pocket. Coach Mervyn Kane is absolutely delighted, and the Blues go to 14-12-96. Glenelg 10-12-72.
No one would think he's delighted with that facial expression, but nevertheless, the Blues are. They're alike. Kim Russell's first goal, and that's a very, very handy 24-point break at the 9-minute mark of this final term, and puts Glenelg under the microscope. Reynolds against Carey. Call it even. Trying to work through was Chigwidden. Reynolds is pushed in the back. Popplestone bends it out. Down comes Shackey overrunning it. Donovan back for Glenelg. Stolen again. The drive at the ball comes from Eye. It looks good. David Eye. Goal number 2. And the Blues are alight. 30 points clear.
There's a touch of magic about that goal. It was stolen from Hewitt by brilliant play from Greg Whittlesey. He tapped the ball clear. Eye the runner, and the Sturt supporters are elated as they go to their 15th goal. 5 goals to 1 in just the first 9 minutes of the final quarter. Reynolds, Carey. Reynolds with height, but Carey the tap. A chance for Chigwidden. McDermott taps forward. The race Maynard across the face comes Smith with courage. A chance for Sturt now through Painter. Balances up, back to Smith. On they go. Popplestone, Painter, Smith, a chance to score here. To the face, and Duthie on the last line runs out of bounds. Kept it in just quietly, and Glenelg relieved to Alan Stringer.
Stringer off the half-back line uses Duthie, who'd backed up well into the centre of the ground. Gibbs using the body well over the top Smith, and the free kick gone the way of Ross Gibbs. Well, Glenelg in deep trouble at the moment, chipping up for Donovan from defence up to half forward. The defender brushes aside Wellesby, slams for goal, but it's offline. And Glenelg move to 10-13, trailing Sturt 15-12 by 29 points, and certainly a worried Corns now, really wanting to pull something out of the bag.
After an even third quarter with desperate football, there was no sight that Sturt could run away with this game in the final. They've got the run going. Scott Russell takes from Peter Heinrich. A lot of movement up forward to Wellesby from fullback. Back to Russell. A chance for Popplestone. Rather, it's Eye. Back to Peter Heinrich. Oh, that's too high. And Peter Heinrich, ever so lucky, sidestepped an opponent, was tackled, but just too high. Shackey on the lead. Whittlesey short. Line it at the back. In front, Grenbold. Stringer. The runner is Chigwidden. Off to McDermott. Heinrich intercepts. The quick kick. And Chigwidden, the runner. Through centre they go. A chance for McDermott. Across the face he goes. Looking for Winton. Spoilt. The tap on to Reed. Back now with control. This is something that Sturt haven't done well. And through McWilliam, they go wide.
A long ball, up looking for Shackey. In pursuit, Seabaum, who's got past him. He'll come in field and use Carey. And then the good backup, or sloppy handball by Peter Carey, but got out of it. Into the centre of the ground, looking for Gibbs. Well run down by Whittlesey, and a free kick going the way of Ross Gibbs. But Sturt are persisting. They've got the pressure on Glenelg. A long ball to half forward left. Stringer up high. Heinrich gives off. Caught with Scott Russell. Well-trapped Stringer. Out to Grenbold. And in fact, it was Simons who finds Butterick within scoring distance of goal. 1 goal in the first term. And it's certainly a worried bench, a worried Glenelg camp at the moment. The kick from Butterick. long, online, and a goal, number 2. But they need more than that at the moment. 13-minute mark of this final term, they trail by 23 points.
Can Glenelg come back? That play set up beautifully by Alan Stringer. Kept the ball in the area, farmed it out. And Craig Budrick kicked accurately. Ross Gibbs is trying awfully hard across half forward. They've been held in key positions. Wellesby is now opposed to Jeff Winton. The big men fly. Reynolds. McDermott out to Simons. The pressure, the physical pressure. Grenvold. Chigwidden. And Nicholas gets clear. Goes across the face. Dropping back Andrew Underwood. And despite injury, he's moving freely across half-back. Goes wide. At the back is Russell. Chance for Popplestone. Hanging on though, says the crowd. Hands and knees football at Sturt's left half-forward flank. We're 14 minutes into the final, and Sturt lead by 23 points.
The Blues just needing to hold poise. Half-forward left for the Blues. Carey does it well, floats one up to the centre wing area. Underwood again barging through. Smith interrupted his flow. Simons working out, floats one up to half-forward. Schneebichler not aided by the bounce. Smith across. To ground goes Winton. Throwing the ball away. Oh, play on is the call. So Lux with the Blues, and Scott Russell finds Whittlesey at half-forward right. Looses Downs, he hooks the ball around looking for Kitsky, and reaching high is Popplestone. For Eye. And David Eye it is. 2 goals, and time on his side, and this could be a telling kick. David Eye dropping into the space, and well placed from the boot of Greg Whittlesey. Mervyn Kane still not believing that his Blues are in front. Out of 45, 50-metre kick required to convert here. Schneebichler limps to the boundary line for Glenelg. He'll be replaced by Teme. The boot from Eye is long and accurately. Goal number 3, 16 for Sturt. They restore a 29-point lead.
The Sturt captain, Greg Whittlesey, again the player who was able to centre the ball, had the vision, kicked across the face, and David Eye the fingertip grab for his second goal within this last quarter. Reynolds opposed to Carey. Carey with vigour. Alan Stringer, the blind turn, farms it back to Simons. Good pressure from Sturt, but McDermott gets clear. Goes high, and a chance for James West. At the back, the bounce favours Winton. He shoots accurately across the face, and Jeff Winton's 5th goal in that full forward spot. Normally a match-winning effort from a full forward, and Glenelg come back. 12-13-85 to Sturt, 16-12, 108.
A very quick reply coming from Glenelg, and it's been a tremendous quarter this last one. 9 goals scored so far, 6 to the Blues, 3 to Glenelg. Only 23 points separating the sides, 17 minutes in. Reynolds getting a hand of ball, wasn't decisive enough. Carey farms it out, but the whistle had blown, and it will be yet another bounce, virtually centre circle. With 17 minutes gone, one would think that the Blues were safe. Carey's tap, McDermott's kick, direct, high and long, and a good mark taken by Gibbs. He nudged Smith out at the vital moment. Smith appealed for the mark. Gibbs quick to get on with it, and has kicked offline, and not a good result from Ross Gibbs there. Glenelg trail by 22 points.
As unorthodox as ever, Ross Gibbs getting on with the game quickly and proving inaccurate. David Walk down the centre. The looking for Peter Reid. That's well taken. Craig Butterick was a little early in his lead. Reid's been very busy against Steve Bickler, who has just left the field. A chance for Shackley. Glenelg now with the numbers. Mark Hewitt across to Salisbury, and he's been absolutely flattened by Andrew Underwood in a perfect shirt fronter. Physical Sturt. Heinrich, out they go. A chance to Kim Russell. Popplestone, can he shoot across? Goes to ground, farms it back. Heinrich, a chance now to Kim Russell. Holding the ball, says umpire Elliott. And Glenelg clear.
This game has come alive in the last quarter. Whittlesea, beautifully read, interrupts, goes towards goal. Back there is Simons on the last line, but it's Christie. Down to Seabaum. Sturt apply the pressure. Teme fumbles. And the ball will be thrown in only 20 metres from the behind post. Signs of frustration. Teme and Downs. And the Blues have got the upper hand. Glenelg needing goals. Tap back by Reynolds. And airy by Heinrich. Now McDermott working hard in defence. A high kick. McWilliams up, knocks it away from Teme. Good tap over the top. McWilliam again. Drives towards the goal square. And it goes through for one behind. And Sturt now lead by 23 points.
All that hip and shoulder to Scotty Salisbury. Salisbury on the move, showing his courage. Gary Christie goes wide looking for Salisbury. Duthie covering up. Chigwidden fighting with eye. And both sides have shown a lot of courage in this final quarter. 2 goals apiece in the third, and suddenly the game came alight. 9 goals so far in the final quarter. Carey. McDermott played for the free. Farmed out by Stringer. A chance for Simons. Top tackle, Popplestone. And a little bit of frustration showing for Tony Simons. Rob Popplestone wins the 15 penalty.
Glenelg getting a little bit rattled. Add another 15 to that. Measures slightly 30. And Popplestone wide to the lead of Kitsky. But getting up there was Christie. Salisbury runs to the boundary line. And Scott Russell takes it over. In fact, Kim Russell. And it's a throw-in inside half forward for the Blues. Well, they're not going to let this one slip. The confidence is up. 23-point lead. Out the back, Kitsky. Whittlesea trying to work it forward. Kitsky gets it back. I got it off to McWilliam. Well smothered Carey. Driving through was Shackey. McWilliam bundled back. Likewise, Whittlesea. Renville gets it wide, has to go after his own hand pass. No backup support. Scott Russell working in there. Kim Russell, in fact. And they keep the ball in that attacking zone for yet another bounce.
Oh, what a game from the Double Blues. Russell, the player, close to the ground. Kitsky with his 5, rather 6, appearing to be slightly injured. Carey on top in ruck in this quarter. McDermott again playing for that free and succeeded. Goes centre to Gibbs. No pressure. Looks further afield and goes wide, looking for Seabone. Good play from John Seabone, dropping down from centre half back. Plenty of movement up forward, looking for West. Winton. Wellesby tapped on, and John Painter farms it out to Richter from the back pocket. Has Darryl Smith further afield. Chance for Andrew Downs. That's good team play by Sturt. Lost possession, however, and Glenelg now. Chris McDermott from half-back. Ross Gibbs, the feint. A little bit of Learising, but trying to open up some opportunities. Consummate ease finds Mark Hewitt. Glenelg across to Chigwidden. A chance now for Chigwidden. Set straight for goal. The shot offline. Hits the point post. Out of bounds on the full. And Sturt recovered.
Well, Sturt persisting and applying just enough pressure to force an error. And Reed, a high kick to the outer side. Reynolds from behind. And working it to the line, Painter. Hooks around the body. All Glenelg back here and sneaking in Whittlesea again. He's played well all day, but this last quarter has been exemplary by the captain. Kicks it long. Centre half forward spot. Shackey there. Knocked back by Seabohm to Salisbury. Infield stringer goes to Hewitt. A long ball. Looking wide. Butterick's there. Winton likewise. The mark is paid. And Jim West sneaking in from the side. The full-back up at full forward to have a shot at goal. He's directly in front. And time beginning to etch away. West is goal. That's number 13 for Glenelg. But they trail now by 17 points. Almost 24 minutes played.
Good run off that half-back line again. Stringer and Hewitt, eventually Chigwidden putting the ball high to the goal face. And Jim West, who hasn't had a great day, his first goal for the Bays. 30 seconds before time off. Lynott opposed to Carey. Indecisive tap. Chance now for Simons, taken by Painter. He goes wide. Sturt must be looking for possession and percentage at this moment. Grenvold turns back, takes the risk to Simons, has Duthie. The rebound is good. Dropped the ball. Oh, so lucky, the tackle. McDermott. Glenelg looking dangerous. To Mark Hewitt dropping back. Sturt needing to slow down the play. Winton on the lead. Cross now looking for West. Walk. Oh, so close to another take from John West. James West. Chigwidden. It's a free kick. Taken by Peter Reid from centre half back for Sturt. And what a wonderful player he's been since going there to take over from an injured McCarthy.
Into time on now in this final term. And the Blues needing to play possession. Centre wing goes the ball. Salisbury up high, but down there on the ground is Richter. Gets it infield. Kim Russell floats one in through half forward. Duthie not quite. Good recovery. Down to Grenvold, who threw it away. Christie's caught. Duthie gets the kick forward. Almost centre wing. Spilling out the back. David I going short. And Kim Russell has it knocked away by Grenvold. Good kick. And finds Chigwidden just ahead of centre wing. So Glenelg looking to move the ball quickly. Infield. McDermott over the top. Stringer. Suddenly he's got blue jumpers everywhere. McDermott, crossfield, and wacko. The free kick to Teme. He goes infield to centre half forward. Winton on the lead. Full body drive at the ball was good. Stringer wide. Peter Carey. Could be goal number 500. It is. 500 goals to the big Super Carey from Glenelg. And 1.5 minutes into time on, Glenelg trail by 11.
Well, Glenelg attacked through the centre. Eventually Stringer fired out the hand pass to Carey on the overlap. And Super Carey, number 500, putting his side back within 11 points. Can the Bays come back? 2 minutes into time on, trailing by 11 points. Lynott. Possession, everything for Sturt. Stringer again, out. McDermott. A chance now, Donovan. Looking for James West. In front was Smith. A chance for Gibbs. Can he pick up? The pressure from the defence to the boundary line. Smith, Reed. And on the back play sitting is Peter Heinrich, and he'll take his time.
Should slow it down. Slow down and possession. Corns. Can he get out of it? The kick from Heinrich. Half forward left. Popplestone reads it well. Drives deep into the left forward pocket. Kitsky has it knocked clear by Christie. But it's a throw-in and the ball is still in Sturt's attacking zone, which is the most important fact from their point of view. Almost 28 minutes played. 20 metres around from the behind post. Christie goes back to guard the goal. Kitski does the ruck work. Lynott gets up high. Carey working it out for Chigwidden. He in turn Salisbury. A high ball to the half-back line. McWilliam across. Good mark. Sturt have possession. Paul McWilliam and Coach Kane wondering in belief whether they can hold on. 11 points clear. Peter Heinrich kicks it long. Distance should be the keynote. Glenelg defence disciplined. Grenville drives Glenelg back to the half-forward line. And Underwood again. A big stumbling block all day. Timely mark.
He goes wide to Peter Heinrich, who farms it off to Painter. Now the precise kick. Wide. To the pocket. Andrew Downs covers the ball. Holding the ball, says umpire Elliott. Not a lot of time. And David I was the player, the rover in the pocket, who suffered. 3 minutes into time on. 11 goals kicked thus far in this final quarter. So it will be an exceptionally long quarter.
The ball will be bounced now between centre wing and half-forward left for the Blues. A 7-point lead at three-quarter time, stretched now to 11. And Glenelg going with what breeze there is. McWilliam working it to the line. Kim Russell on the bottom of the pack. And possession ought to be the name of the game for the Blues. Control. Peter Heinrich last up. The Blues fidgety. Can it be an upset win? Corns extremely concerned, as he has been all day, trying to motivate his players. They've needed a spark. The work rate hasn't been there, but the work rate of Sturt has been absolutely first class in this final term. McDermott still trying. Popplestone to ground. It's all over. The Blues are up. The Blues by 11 points. Big victory. Sturt 16-13, 109, defeating Glenelg 14-14, 98.
Sturt up and smiling. They won the match by 11 points, as Jerry Harrison said, 16-13 to 14-14. Well, they really put the pressure on the Bays throughout and ran out winners by 11 points. Kitski kicked 6, I kicked 3, Downs kicked 2 for Sturt, and for Glenelg, Jeff Winton 5, good effort, Gibbs 2, and Butterick kicked 2. After the match, Jerry Harrison spoke with a relieved Sturt coach, Mervyn Kane.
Mervyn, well done, and now not a big margin, but a very significant win.
Yeah, I think so, Jerry. I think it was important that we play well against a top side in Glenelg, that we withstand their pressure, which they threw at us, say, 2 or 3 times during the course of the day. We were able to stand up and we countered the end and really just scragged it out of the end, but I was pleased to hear that siren.
Well, the foundation was laid last week, perhaps, by a confident building win over South Adelaide, and at every challenge today, they were able to answer it.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, I think last week we were a little bit uncertain, you know. We were going to play well, or going to win, in fact. We were able to kick 20 goals. That gave the guys a bit of a boost, and bearing in mind it was only last Monday, so to have 2 wins in a week is very important from the players' point of view.
Perhaps most significantly, the maturity coming. Kitski, another 6 today, very good. And across the centre, the Russell brothers, Popplestone, all showing maturity beyond their age in the end today.
Well, I thought it was a real big team effort. You know, you could look at our most senior players, say Whittlesey and Painter and Smithy, probably not our best players today. So that's, you know, that's all goes well for the boys like Kitski and Shaki at centre half forward, and the Russell boys, you're right.
Yeah, well, Whittlesey and Painter were 2 very important players in the dying moments, weren't they?
Most certainly they did. Yeah, John went on the ball. John Painter went on the ball in that last quarter, and his possessions were very valuable and a lot of experience there.
Well done. Hope it's a sign of things to come.
Thanks, Jerry. Good.
Can they continue that, Kim?
I think they can. They've still got a few good players to come back in the side. Let's remember they're without their spearhead, Ian Wilmot. Even though Kitski's doing the job, he's kicked 5 last week, 6 today. So they're a pretty useful side, and we touched on that last week. If they get their players back, they are a very quick side. But it all comes back to experience if they can maintain that form. We see at the, I think it was the 16-minute mark, they were up 29 points. And at the 16-minute mark of a final quarter, that's enough to win a game. But they just slipped into that comfort zone. Through inexperience, they thought they had the game won. And 29 points is a winning margin if you continue to keep up the same work rate, which they didn't. And the Bays got back in with 11 points.
Well, we didn't see the whole game, but on that, What did you think of the Bays' performance?
Oh, the Bays there's no doubt whatsoever that Glenelg are going to be around the mark. They'll certainly be there, and upsets happen in every year and in every season. So, you know, there's no question Glenelg will be there.
So
They'll bounce back.
So what you're saying is they're still the measuring stick?
Oh, certainly, certainly at this stage. And they had a couple of players out, Warren Ralph and David Marshall, but they got a heap of depth down at Glenelg, and, you know, Sturt served it right up to them. Take nothing away from Sturt. It was a great win, but Glenelg will definitely be there.
All right, Kim, let's have a look now at the 3 other matches played today in South Australia. Some more upsets. And look at that, South defeating West Adelaide, my beloved West Adelaide. I don't know what happened to them today. 29 points. Jackson kicked 9, Smart 2, McIntyre 2, and Olaf Bodie kicked 2 for West Adelaide. 2 to Goss, Smith, Malcolm and Harbinson. And Kim, that is a bit hard to take, isn't it? South Adelaide last week, we were really giving them the raspberry, weren't we, saying that they probably wouldn't win a game, and up they bob beating West. Well, let's face it, they've been ordinary all season, so, you know, what we were saying wasn't incorrect, but full credit to South. And what about Darren Jackson? He's leading the goal kicking, and he's up to this stage of the season, he'd been playing for the worst side in the league, and he's kicked 17 goals, so that's an incredible effort, 9 goals today. But what a contrast in emotions between the coaches at the moment. Kevin Morris would be, well, John Reid would be totally elated, and Kevin Morris would be absolutely decimated. Yeah, particularly and after last week. Oh, exactly. Like, you know, West Adelaide were looking very good. They won their first 2 games. And now, like, he must be a totally shattered man. Central and West Torrens, 198 points, the margin. Talking of shattered people. I couldn't believe it driving back from the parade today. 35-23 to 4 goals 11. Now, how does a team kick 4 goals 11 and another side kick 35 goals? What? And given that Torrens aren't that bad, I mean, they're a good side. Oh, exactly. You look at them on paper, which doesn't always mean a lot. Like, you know, toilet paper's useful, but that lets you down at times, doesn't it? It's amazing. They've got so much talent there, and you cannot tell me that Central are a 31 goal better side than West Torrens. And obviously, without seeing the game, Central had the ball on the string. They played possession football, and I can't see Torrens having any winners to be beaten by that much. I'm sorry, Kim, 20 goals up to half-time, Central to 2 goals 6. Now, Kickett kicked 7, Chaplin and Mandermaker, and they've kicked 7 goals each. It's an amazing performance by all of them. It's incredible. They obviously had a picnic out there today. The ball was obviously coming in that quickly. They weren't placed under much pressure, but it's amazing. We spoke to Bruce Lindsay this morning on the 5 a.m. football show, and I said to Bruce, that everyone was saying what a great win last week. You know, Torrens have come of age to win a pressure game like that. I said to Bruce, and he agreed, I said, last week's win does not mean anything if you're defeated today. Sure. Now, what's that victory over Woodville mean now? Yeah, absolutely nothing. Well, it means nothing. Paul Weston kicked 2 goals today, but as a contrast from last week's elation, he must be feeling pretty ordinary tonight. Oh, I don't think ordinary would be the word. Yeah, North and Woodville, well, I guess it was fairly predictable, wasn't it? North Adelaide beating Woodville, and aren't they in trouble? They certainly are. They're on the bottom of the premiership now. They're like a fly with his wings pulled off. They're just going nowhere. Roberts 4, sorry, Kim. Roberts 4, Andrew Jarman 4, Burton 3, Smart and Hart kicked 2 each, and for Woodville, Clue kicked 3, Stevens and Harris. Yeah, they're struggling. What more can you say? They've lost the opening 4 games. I always think if any side's going to make the finals, it is just paramount. It is so imperative to try and win 4 out of your first 6, and they've lost the first 4. So, you know, they're like the boy pushing the cart. They've got the job ahead of them now, and it means that, you know, out of the remaining games, which we've got 18 games, they're going to have to try and win, I would say, 13 out of their remaining 17 or 18 games. And that won't be easy. Okay, now to our Mark of the Day competition. Again, I'm sure you know by now what you've got to do. You've just got to simply pick the best of the 3 marks we're about to show you, marks A, B or C. Let's have a look at those marks now. Phelps kicks the ball back toward half-back. Oh, what a mark taken over the top there by Obbs. Spectacular mark in the early part of this game.
Well, the big fella's not letting him down as the lead there by Maynard. That's a great mark to Brenton Maynard. Number 40 for the Red Leagues. Out towards McNeil. The speedster steadies his body, he straightens, the kick is long, Phillips is there. Oh, he's taken a great mark on the last line of defence.
Very excited, Kim Dillon. Mark your choice on the back of an envelope and send it no later than next Thursday to the ABC, care of that address. And if your name is the first to be pulled out of our huge barrel and your answer corresponds with our panel of experts, then you will win a double pass to the second semi-final on September the 17th. Let's now check VFL scores from round 5. There was 1 game played last night, and West Coast defeated Footscray by 7 points. Today, Collingwood defeated Carlton in the match of the day by 28 points, and I guess, Kim, that wasn't really a surprise. Collingwood were playing pretty well.
They were, but they were pretty depleted by injuries, so it was a great effort. I think Carlton was still well and truly favourite for the game.
Yes, they probably would have been favourites. Hawthorn defeated North Melbourne by 77 points. Richmond defeated Fitzroy by 62 points. Geelong defeated Essendon by 24 points. And Brisbane defeated St Kilda by 9 points. And tomorrow, VFL continues. Sydney Swans play Melbourne. A look now at the top 5 in Melbourne. Collingwood on top now. Carlton, West Coast, Melbourne play tomorrow, and Hawthorn in the 5. Western Australian scores now. Subiaco defeated Perth quite convincingly. East Perth was defeated by East Fremantle. Just a narrow margin there, 20 points. Claremont had an easy win over Swan Districts, and South Fremantle absolutely thrashed West Perth. They won that match as they liked. The ladder over there in Western Australia, Subiaco, East Fremantle, Claremont, Perth, and South Fremantle, then West Perth, Swan Districts and East Perth. There's a lot of Perth there. Let's check the 5 results today, and if you've just joined us, I'm sure you know the results, but if you haven't, have a look at this. Sturt defeated Glenelg. They did it well too. They won that match by 11 points. Port defeated Norwood at the Parade by 8 points. South Adelaide had an easy 29-point win over West Adelaide. And Central District, one of the easiest wins we've seen for a long, long time, thrashed West Torrens 198 points, the margin there. And North Adelaide, an easy win over Woodville, who seem to be in all sorts of trouble at the moment, haven't won a game so far. Central District on top of the league ladder, Glenelg in 2nd position, Port in the 3, then Norwood and North in 4th position, Norwood 5th, and then out of the 5, West, Sturt, Torrens, South and Woodville. Now let's have a look at next week's fixtures, important fixtures they are too, at Football Park, Central and South Adelaide. And wouldn't it be amazing if South Adelaide could beat Central? But gee, on form, now let's just be careful, if on form, Central's win today, you couldn't possibly beat them.
No, you'd be a very brave man to tip South Adelaide. Extremely brave.
Would you ever? Let's have a look at some of the other matches to be played.